How will you remember Kobe?
Well, one of the greatest assassins the game has ever seen. That's what enters my mind when I think about him. I don't think about just his talents. I think about the mentality that he had. He'd cut your throat to beat you. He had no mercy. He'd come at you, and he would be relentless with it, and he was about annihilation. He was about taking you out, demoralizing you, and allowing you to know and making sure that you knew you just weren't on the same level as him. There are very, very few people in NBA history that had that kind of mentality to go along with the ability. Some had the ability, some didn't. Some had the mentality, some didn't. But very, very few had both. Michael Jordan was one of them. We look at stars today, a lot of them don't have that. That killer instinct, the willingness to just take you out, to demoralize you, to make sure you understand that there's levels to this and you simply don't belong on that same stratosphere. That was Kobe Bryant. And then the work ethic really stands out in my mind. So many times covering the league, I knew of guys whose seasons would end in April. And it's not that they would never step on the basketball court, but in terms of really, really working out and working on your game to elevate your game to another level, Max. These are guys that would end their seasons in April, and really they'd zone in at around August or so. Kobe would play in the June, all right, and it's over, and he'd take about a week or two off, and then he was right back at it. That kind of work ethic, that kind of commitment to excellence is what stands out in my mind about him. I was glad he told the stories about waking up 4:30, 5:30 in the morning, being there last night. He even gave some props to the media, talking about how he was thinking about us on a lot of occasions because we would question him and whatever. It would make him do those 800s, those 400s, those 200s, those 100 meters, make him go that extra mile, make him do what was necessary because he knew that so many people were going to be looking to scrutinize him. And time again, he utilized that as motivation to be recognized ultimately as one of the greatest. He wasn't just after championships. He certainly wasn't trying to get his jersey retired. What he was out was to be, his mission was to be recognized as one of the greatest to have ever done it without any questions. And he pulled it off.
Well, his mission was, in fact, to be recognized as the greatest who ever did it, and he came perilously close to that. I will remember Kobe Bryant like this. There are 7 billion people on the planet Earth. Since right around 1985, it's almost not hyperbolic to say every single one of them was trying to be Michael Jordan. You know, be like Mike. It's not like that came first, that whole ad campaign, and then people started trying to imitate Michael Jordan. No, that ad campaign grew out of the fact that when Michael Jordan hit the scene, everyone was trying to be like Mike. Every kid on a playground was sticking out their tongue while they jumped like 3 inches into the air, right? Like everyone was trying to be Michael Jordan. And one person out of those 7 billion people just about did it, and that was Kobe Bryant. He came as close to being Michael Jordan as is humanly possible. Now, along with that comes some other stuff. Hall of Fame career, he had 5 to Jordan's 6 and all that stuff, sure. But also, when nowadays people say things like, yo, you think LeBron's as good as Jordan? They kind of skip Kobe, right? Kobe's sort of skipped over. And one of the perils of coming so close to being exactly like the greatest who ever did it is that you don't bring something new to the table. You are not an original, you're a copy. He was almost an exact copy of Michael Jordan. And because of that, in a way, I think that history will not be as kind to Kobe Bryant as it should be. You know, already when people have the greatest of all time, they have Magic and Bird always in the kind of upper echelon, and eventually they get to Kobe Bryant. And I'm not sure you can make a very good argument that Magic or Bird were better than Kobe Bryant. And the analytics revolution that has come has also not been kind to Kobe Bryant, and that doesn't really capture the impact that he had on the game at the time. I saw Kobe in his prime, and he is one of certainly the 5 greatest non-big men to ever play, and he came close to actually being Michael Jordan, and that's how I'm going to remember him.
Well, you got to look at it from this perspective. First of all, it's not going to be as kind to him. You're probably right about that, but it's because Jordan played the same position. When we talk about LeBron James, what a lot of people don't really bring up enough is the fact that LeBron James plays a different position than Michael Jordan. LeBron James was about 3 inches taller. He was about 40 pounds heavier. Okay, those are the kind of things that you got to recognize about LeBron James. Plus, he was a pass first, score later kind of individual. Not that he wasn't a #1 offensive option, but it was about playing the right way as opposed to giving me the ball, moving the hell out of the way, and allowing me to take over. And his game in no way mirrored that of Michael Jordan. And so when people draw those comparisons, that's where the ultimate injustice is to Kobe Bryant. Because when you look at Kobe Bryant, he's a guy that fell short of Michael Jordan. That's about it. But he fell short of Jordan trying to emulate or trying to usurp whatever Michael Jordan did, whereas LeBron James appeared to have wanted no part of that conversation. Now, him wanting Jordan's number and wearing that number on his jersey may have gave other indications, but I'm talking about his play on the court and how he approached the game of basketball was entirely different to that of a Michael Jordan. So when people are going from Jordan to LeBron, that's why you don't need to sit up there. I know you were saying that, but I'm just saying that for folks out there, that's why they don't need to try and draw comparisons between LeBron and Michael Jordan.